After their European exploits in midweek, the Dons are back at Pittodrie. And today, it's looking like a sellout against Motherwell. Kick-off at Pittodrie is at 3 o'clock this afternoon. In terms of the table, given the results yesterday that Falkirk drew with Livingston and St Mirren lost 3-0 at home to Hibs, we actually climbed a position yesterday to 8th. Dundee United are at home to the leaders Hearts. We are 3 points behind them, but there is a bit of a difference when it comes to goal difference. So we could go level on points depending on the result, but the goal difference, we need to start scoring goals. Other games today include Dundee against Rangers, and at 4 o'clock, Celtic take on Kilmarnock. So hopefully today there is an opportunity to start putting a bit of a gap between us and 9th, 10th and 11th and 12th place. Good morning. A very warm welcome to Ali Beg ABTV on the unusual morning of a match day. We don't usually do this, but yesterday had a bit of a shocker. So I was supposed to do the show last night, as most of you already know. But my son Lennox, my eldest, had a game yesterday, a friendly game against WSG Tirol, whose first team actually play in the Austrian Bundesliga. Now, Tirol from here is about an hour and 45 minutes. So the club organised a bus to take the boys and some of the parents to Tirol. So we had to meet yesterday at 9:30 in the little village called Grudig, where Lennox plays for, and off we went. So I confess, I had actually no idea what time kickoff was yesterday, but I suspected it was kind of round about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. By the time we get there and the boys get ready and they warm up and we kick off. So we're kind of milling about after we get there. And I said to one of the parents, "What time's kick off today?" And she went, 3:30. We got there at 11:30. I'm like, "What?" She went, 3:30. I was like, what were we supposed to do for 4 hours? I couldn't believe it. So the first thing I'm thinking is, I'm doing the maths, right? So if they don't kick off to 3:30, they play for 75 minutes. It's going to take them a good half an hour to get ready afterwards. Oh my God, I'm going to miss my show. Not bothered about Lenny's game. I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm going to miss my show. Hence why we didn't do the show last night. But here we are. So I hope you've got your coffee and your croissants ready. So today, I'm going to be talking to a very fine chap called Glenn Cairns. If you don't know of Glenn, I suggest that you start following him online. Glenn, used to be the club's videographer, and he now has his own company, Glenn Cairns Videographer. The stuff that this guy can do with a drone, but not just a drone, in general, is phenomenal. And Glenn caught one of the most iconic pictures of Pittodrie Stadium that I've ever seen, with the Northern Lights behind. It's absolutely sensational. And what Glenn has been doing is selling the prints of the photograph that he captured. And he has, over the past few weeks, been very busy getting Sir Alex Ferguson, Archie Knox, Willie Miller, Alex McLeish, John Hewitt and Eric Black to sign various prints. Glenn has raised just about £50,000 for the Aberdeen Community Trust, which is absolutely phenomenal. So Glenn and I spoke yesterday morning. I'll bring that interview to you a little bit later. We've got the normal housekeeping stuff. But I want to start today's show with some very sad news. So today, in the 9th minute of the game, I know that this request has done the rounds on social media, but I want to reiterate that today, in the 9th minute of the game, I really hope that we hear the most wonderful applause for a little girl called Olivia Grace Edwards, who sadly passed away only 2 weeks ago. Today, Olivia would have celebrated her 9th birthday. Her dad, Mark Edwards, got in touch with me yesterday, and I can't begin to imagine their grief. So, what I want to say to Mark and to his family is that, as always, here on Ali Beg ABTV, we are here to offer support and love. And I really hope that Olivia gets the most amazing ovation today. The 9th minute of today's game. Please take it into consideration. And if you can, please share it on your social media channels as well. Thank you. Right, let's get into today's game. So, the team. I've been umming and ahhing about this today, but this is the team that I think I want to start the game. So, I'm going to go back to this sort of 3-4-2-1 kind of formation. So the usual at the back, but I would like Emmanuel to start today, and I most definitely want Dylan to start today, which means that Alexander Jensen is going to have to drop out. I think what will happen is, I think Adil will come back in. Now, he could either go over to the right and swap positions with Stuart Armstrong, or he could play where he played against Ike on Thursday. All depends. I think Dante will start today because I think he played really, really well. There was a sort of a toss-up between whether Toppy would start today, but if Toppy can come on and have the same impact that he did against Ike, that's why I think I would prefer him to start on the bench today. Definitely, yes, Carlson to start, and most definitely Marco to start up front today. So that's the team I would like to see Yimmy start today. In terms of your match facts, so Aberdeen have won 4 of their past 5 home league games against Motherwell, including the last 3 in a row. But don't forget, only a few weeks ago, they put us out of the Premier Sports Cup. Motherwell have won their past 2 league games and are looking to win 3 on the spin for the first time since September 2023. Now, if the skipper, Graham Shinney, starts today, it will be his 300th start for the Dons. Steve McLean is your referee. On VAR is Andrew Dallas. This is your tactical approach today. Reduce gaps between defence and midfield, very much like what we saw on Thursday. So Motherwell cannot easily play through or between the lines, like what I felt they were doing at Pittodrie a few weeks ago. Quick recovery after losing possession. We must transition quickly into defence to avoid being exposed. Exploit transition moments. We should look to launch quick counters or use pace to exploit the spaces left behind. Sometimes I think we're a little bit guilty of not doing that, but the perfect example of that was against Ike right at the death on Thursday's game. If we do that, today we've got a chance. And for goodness sake, when opportunities present themselves, just have a go at goal. Ali Beg ABTV is brought to you and supported by Saltire Energy, the global market leader in specialist drilling equipment rental. Not just that, they offer a number of services: torquing, testing, refurbishment and welding. So if any of those services are up for you, get in touch with Saltire directly or come to me and I will put you in touch with Saltire. They are the very best leader when it comes to that in the oil and gas industry. Right, let's introduce Glenn before I get you guys on. So as I said, Glenn Cairns is a videographer and has been raising money recently for the Aberdeen Community Trust. I was absolutely thrilled to catch up with him yesterday to talk about the whole process. Hi mate, how you doing? Are you keeping well?
I'm fine. Yourself? How are you, Ali?
Yeah, I'm just fine, fella. Thank you so much for coming on, Glenn. And by the way, huge congratulations. These prints have flown out the door, haven't they?
Yes, they have. I'm totally blown away because I mean, as you know, I've been working on this since March this year, and trying to collect the signatures was extremely difficult. Even Alec McLeish, when he was up for the class of 1990s, we thought we'd get him, no bother, but he was difficult to get and all that. But it's and even pricing them up, because it's like, in my head, you're quite lonely with that at times, and it's like, is someone really going to spend 1.5 grand on a frame print?
Mm,
And you've just got to go with it,
yeah.
and you've just got to tell yourself, what's the worst that'll happen, you know? But I mean, I'm totally blown away with how they've done. I mean, the to date, the Sir Alex frame sold out within 12 hours. So that's like 10 grand like that.
Yeah.
The Sir Alex and Archie Knox ones, they sold out within 24 hours. So let you do the math. And out of the 25 from the Willie Miller and Alec McLeish frames, there's only eight left. Um, that's the time of this recording right now. And there's 20 left of the Eric Black and John Hewitt. So I'm fully expecting the Willie Miller ones to sell out today. And aye.
Yeah. So just so people, who might have only just picked up on the story, first and foremost, all proceedings are going to charity. Is that right, Glenn?
Yep, 100%.
Yeah. Okay. Just explain
The
which charities.
Aberdeen Football Club Community Trust.
Yeah.
So all the money's going there. So I mean, we're hoping to raise over £50,000,
It's amazing. It's
which is
amazing.
phenomenal. Yeah, and
Yeah.
charities they really struggle with fundraising. That's probably the hardest like category to get money, so you can get your grants and all that, which is great. And like typically charities, the only way they can really do it is with golf days and fundraising dinners and lunches and that. And there's only so many you can do in the calendar year.
Sure.
Um, so this is like definitely like a different way of doing it. But like instead of having like a nice day or inviting clients to your table or golf day and like getting nice photos and that, this is actually something you could inherit, and over time the value of it will go up. And I'm fully expecting like on the 50th anniversary that the price of these frames will probably double. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
God, the
and
50th.
you know what? As a photographer, it's amazing that they exist.
Yeah. Yeah. Glenn, I've said it before and I'll continue to bang the drum. It is by a country mile the best photograph that I've ever seen of Pataudry. You were very kind to send me a print, and it's framed. It's up in the hallway in the house, and I
Oh,
just I,
good.
I absolutely love it, mate. Tell me about Sir Alex, because obviously you went down to Glasgow to see Sir Alex. I really hope he laid on tea and biscuits.
I knew just that, Ali. Aye, so we managed to get him in the diary very early on. So me and Liz Bowie, we drove to Glasgow, and it was a great day. Like we're fully expecting him just to sign them, and then that's us. So as we're going up in the lift in his apartment, the lift isn't directly to his apartment; it's on the right floor anyway. So with the last series that I did, I done a limited run of 83 prints, and I sent him number two. I actually
Yeah,
sent them to his son Jason, who done
yeah,
the
yeah,
the documentary on I Was in Prime.
yeah.
And I just says to Liz as we're walking the corridor, I was like, I don't even know if Jason ever gave that to him because I never heard back, and I was just a bit like, I mean, how many photos has he got of Old Trafford or Pittodrie sent by like daft fans have drawn it and all that? So I was just maybe being a bit humble, and I was like, I wonder if he's even seen it because we did gift him like another one.
Yeah.
So he opens the door and he greets us, and over his shoulder on the wall, just like as that is there, just the number two frame. I
Oh,
was just like,
mate.
oh man, I couldn't believe it. And Archie Knox met us that day as well in Sir Alex's apartment,
Yeah,
and they were just standing admiring it. And like one of the most beautiful things um, was so we live in a world of social media. So when I launched that photo, it did go viral, like locally, I suppose. And you don't see people's reactions in that. And see, when you're running a stall selling the prints, you sometimes get an elderly person that's never seen it before or heard the story. And when you see the reaction, it's like, it's amazing, like whether they buy it or not. It's amazing just to make someone feel like that because you're photo and you're proud of it. So
of course.
gave Sir Alex and Archie their print, and Archie's just like, fits this? And oh, it's just a thank you. So he's literally like, he's just staring at it like this. He's just like, and then Liz Bowie says, turn it around because it's got the story of how he captured it. He's just reading it like that. And Sir Alex is like telling a story in his living room. And then he interrupts him and he goes, that's absolutely brilliant. And I'm just, no way. And then Sir Alex is like, what are you on about? He said, oh, the print. And then they started talking about the coincidence of the date of it getting taken. And then they just started talking about their time in Aberdeen, like stuff off the
Oh,
record. And it's just
oh,
like,
stop
it's
it.
unbelievable. So then after that, Archie was like, right, I wouldn't mind a bacon roll. And so Alex said, I no bother. So he turns around to me and Liz and goes, he's coming. And me and Liz looked at each other, and like I'm thinking, he's maybe just being polite here, but I'm going to rip his arm off. I'm going for bacon rolls with Alex and Archie.
Brilliant.
So we both were like, aye. So um, I got in the car with Archie and Sir Alex, and we went to this local bistro, and we were having bacon rolls and that. Then his family, Sir Alex's family joined, and we were there for hours, and it was just absolutely incredible. And I just want to say as well, like I seen on the BBC, he was talking about like dementia, like how his brother's suffering it, and he used to say
Yeah.
like his memories like starting to go in that. When I watched that, I'm thinking there was no signs of that on that day in July. Like his memory is still so sharp, you
Yeah.
know. And I was like,
Yeah.
this is an 83-year-old man. Like he's
Yeah.
just a remarkable guy, you know. So it was just an incredible day. Like,
Brilliant. Mate, Glenn, honestly, I'm delighted that you came on today. I know you're at Pittodrie for the game on Sunday. I'm
mhm.
kind of guessing by then you might not have much to exhibit.
Sorry. No, I might not. So the idea was that we launch it on the Wednesday, and then I might get a couple of sales in before, and then exhibit them right in front of the right clientele and like the lounges, like the boardroom, the Madry Lounge, and all the other ones. But as it stands, like I might not have anything to show because they're all selling so quickly. But I mean, with that said, we are doing a raffle of one of the frames in the Madry Lounge. So if
Okay.
you are in there, make sure you buy a lot because at that point it probably will be the last one available. So yeah, and they're meant to be going on the club shop on Monday, but as I said, like all joking apart, it might not even get to that point. So if you're watching this, please get in touch with me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or email me because you never know, there might be some left. And yeah, not only are you buying it, you're making an incredible donation to Aberdeen Football Club Community
Yeah,
Trust.
absolutely. Glenn, thank you so much, mate, for coming on. And again, huge congratulations. You've been an absolute superstar raising all this money for the community trust. It's absolutely brilliant. And I tip my hat to you, mate. And hopefully, mate, we're going to catch up very soon.
Aye, spot on, Ali. Perfect. Thank you very much.
Cheers,
Cheers.
mate. All the best.
Cheers, pal.
Ta-da, ta-da. Honestly, what an absolute superstar. A gentle reminder before we move on that Ali Beg ABTV is also brought to you and supported by Craig International, who are a global leader when it comes to procurement services. They have a number of offices strategically placed all over the world to offer you procurement services. At home in Aberdeen, on the European continent in Hamburg. They're also in the Middle East, in Qatar, in Dubai and Oman. And they also serve the Far East as well, with offices based in Singapore, and not just there, but also way down in the Southern Hemisphere in Australia, where business is currently doing really, really well. So if you are interested in any sort of procurement services, please get in touch with me, and I will put you in touch with the fine folk at Craig International. Okay, I think it's about time we got you guys on. Let's see how we're all doing this morning. Okay, so let me just drag that bar up to there. Oh, we have a lot of you on today. That's good. Cameron Young came on and said, really hope we can get the result in 3 points today against Motherwell, but we know how tough a side Motherwell are, so let's not hold our breath, but good luck to the lads today. Ryan Ellington has said good morning to you all. Hope everyone is well. Hopefully a win for the Dons today. Keith McDonald is also on. Hopefully we get another good performance, continuing the improvement, and hopefully 3 points will follow. An early goal for the Dons would be good to take the pressure off. Richard Mickey McMillan is wishing you all a good morning. He's saying, come on you Reds, let's do this. Al Hay says, things are starting to come together with a draw away to Larnaca, but where are the goals going to come from? I just don't understand why we sent Sokla on loan and have to settle for Nisbet. Sheep on Fire says, we need the 3 points. Besides, we owe Motherwell a beating. I'm still annoyed at our cup defeat. The Mad Ferret is wishing you all a good morning. Hopefully we pick up 3 points today. David Horn is also here, as is Graham Barron. He says, let's bring the same intensity as we did on Thursday night. Let's get some revenge on Motherwell. Come on, you Reds. Neil Boy says quite simply, home win today, please. Graham Strachan is here, as is Bob Duff. YouTube says, good morning. Let's get into them today, hoping for a better performance than my last visit to Pittodrie when we had Motherwell in the Cup. Wayno DJ says, come on the Dons. Graham Strachan says, need to get into the players to stop being so shot shy. I agree, hence why I said during the tactical breakdown. Barry Cool says, got home yesterday from Larnaca. What a great trip. Let's hope the team put in the same performance today. Peter Lees is asking me how Lennox actually got on yesterday. Well, unfortunately, they got beat 5-2. But I have to say, the step up in competitiveness, in the calibre of player that he was playing against, that what he's used to in the local league that he plays in here, considering this was an under-11s team that is very much part of a youth academy at this Austrian Bundesliga team, WSG Tirol. He actually played really, really well. He was caught out a couple of times by a very nippy little winger, but lessons learned. That's what I said to him. It's all about learning. Try and improve every game. Any mistake that you make, remember it and take it into your next game. But what I did say to him yesterday was, because he told me what a fantastic experience it was and how much he enjoyed it. And I said to him, this will give you a feel for what happens in professional football. And if you really have ambitions of making it as a professional football player, you have to remember days like today, because it gives you a taste. And if you like it, then you have to continue to work hard. I was really proud of him yesterday. He played really, really well. Graham Strachan said, talking about Glenn, he's an amazing guy. I had a great conversation on TikTok with him yesterday. He certainly is, mate. Erica Mitchell is on, wishing you all a good morning. She's going to the game today. Here's hoping for a win. Jerry Kennedy says, we have to get into them today, head first. I agree. A lot of you, very sadly, are commenting about the sad loss of wee Olivia. Thank you for doing that, guys. Oh dear. It appears I've started a bit of an argument here. It's butteries. It's simple. It's butteries. Don't give me this rowy nonsense. It's butteries. Butteries are for chuchters. Right, so they are. We're all chuchters, fella. Nearly Boy says he wants 2 strikers up top for today's game. David Gold says, Adil Ashish had his best game in a Donsha. I'd keep him in the same role. Philip Palmer says, morning dandies. Hope for a fighting spirit from the team to get us up the table. John Kylo is suggesting that Shinnie is a banker to start today. West Coast Dawn said, on shift just now but should get home for the second half. Why are you on YouTube? West Coast Dawn came back to say, while he's working, Loban must start. I completely agree, mate. Get back to work. YouTube says, we'll be there with some kids for Big Don's Day Out today, raising funds for the community groups, hoping for a great atmosphere for any on their first visit and maybe want to come back regularly. From what I understand, I haven't checked the socials in the past couple of hours, but I saw yesterday that we're just about a sellout for today's game, which, you know, it's just phenomenal. It's a phenomenal effort. Graham Strachan, in terms of us not having a pop-it goal, he said, that's the problem. We are the most shy shot team in the league by an absolute mile. John Moore is suggesting, does Nisbet need a run? He likes Lazatic a lot, but we need a consistent goal scorer, whoever that is. Willie Davidson says, Armstrong does not have 2 intense games within 4 days in him. Clarkson in his place to start for me. Ante is out injured still. David Gold says, I wonder how we'd play with Nisbet and Big Laz playing up together. Sneaker Golfer says, I feel Nielsen gets a bad rap. He is Yimmy's voice on the pitch, and I think the pace of Scottish football shocks new players. If he leaves, I will thank him for all his work. Respect to him. He comes back to say, I would love to see young Kjartansson soon. The lad came with a very big reputation and physically he looks capable to compete despite his young age. We still need to blend defence solidity with attack. I must admit, mate, I'd like to see him get a wee chance as well. Sneaker Golfer came back to say Gyamfi to come back in today. With Loban and him, we have some good attacking threat and should help pin back their wide players. Shinnie perhaps to play behind the striker in an effort to nullify what? Philip Palmer says, the print is stunning and Glenn's story is great about meeting Sir Alex and Archie. Jules Jones is asking, that print is stunning. How do I get one? I love it. So Jules, get in touch with Glenn. He's on Twitter, X, whatever you call it. It's at Glenn Cairns Video. Just follow him, drop him a note. He'll be in touch. Ryan Ellington is asking what's happening about Sivert Nielsen. So if we are to believe the reports that came out in midweek, the reports are suggesting that we're looking to offload him, that a number of Norwegian clubs have been made aware that he potentially could be available. So that's where we are with Sivert at the moment. Oh, Jules is in hospital at the moment, but hoping for a win to cheer me up. Well, Jules, I hope you're okay and I hope you're feeling better. Right, so we will come back to your comments in just a moment. But if you are going to the game today, I suggest you pick up a copy of Red Match Day. That is the cover of Red Match Day, courtesy of the brilliant Dolly Digital. The programme, as always, edited by the absolutely fantastic Malcolm Panton, who continues to do a phenomenal job. That picture is quite iconic. So if you don't know the backstory to it, let me tell you, because I checked it out today. So that picture was actually taken on the 9th of March 1935 as the fans headed to Pittodrie down Merkland Road to go and watch the Dons play Celtic in the Scottish Cup. Obviously that picture's been colourised. But what was significant about that game against Celtic back in 1935 is that it was the first time that we ever beat Celtic in the Scottish Cup. There you go. Right, just before we move on, Ali Beg ABTV is also brought to you by Quipco, who service the oil gas industry. They're based in Abu Dhabi. They have a purpose-built facility and warehouse to be able to offer you a number of services and manufacture products. What I've listed there is just a handful of services and products that is on offer. So if you're in that part of the world, your business is in that part of the world, what I suggest you do, if you're looking for anything in terms of servicing the oil and gas industry, check them out at their website, or as always, come to me and I will put you in touch with them. Just before we get back to your comments, don't forget, please like the show. Keep the comments coming in. We've got a few minutes left. And don't forget to keep subscribing to the channel. As I keep saying, we are building every week. And we are now not that far away from reaching 4,800 subscribers here on Ali Beg ABTV. So if you like the show, I'd be absolutely thrilled if you would just please consider it. It doesn't cost you anything. All it basically means is that you're just following a platform very much like you would on Instagram, on Facebook, or X, TikTok, whatever the case may be. So thank you for your continued support. Right, let's just finish off with some of the last comments that have come in. Jude says, I'm enjoying there being homegrown young lads in the team again. Wonder if JT is realising he should have been looking at this option earlier. Yeah, good point. Graham Barron says, we haven't played a league game in over a week and still moved up 2 places in the league. How good are we? Let's keep climbing, starting with 3 vital points today. So, as I said at the top of the show, we can go level pegging with Dundee United if the result against Hearts goes our way. But the goal difference is that they're on 1, we're on -4. So we need to start banging in the goals today. Ryan Ellington says, if Sivert Nielsen does leave Aberdeen, I'll be sad to see him go after the bullies were giving him a hard time. John Kylo says, it amazes me how many supporters are toxic haters of players. You know, what I would say about it is, look, we're all entitled to our opinions about players. Of course we are. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. But I think that we have to be careful to find the balance of not being overzealous with players. And as Ryan says, almost to the point of bullying players, because that does not help. We should always support players, no matter what. If they're going through a bad spell, the only way to help them get better and to get through it is by supporting them. Because they are professional football players at the end of the day. And they're human beings. They've got feelings. They've got emotions. And we have to support them. Yes, we can be critical, but the criticism for me has got to be constructive. It's the only way to help players. It has to be constructive. Graham Strachan says, I think you should do a Bad Boys Inc. comeback concert at Pittodrie for the community trust, mate. Come on. You really think, mate? Mate, nobody would turn up. There'd be no money to raise. Al Hay says, Ali, I hope all fans respect Remembrance Day today, unlike the yobs who totally disrespected yesterday at the St Mirren Hibs game. You know, honestly, just get a grip. Seriously, get a grip. There's a reason why we remember these people who fell during the conflicts. They fell for our freedom. We have to remember that. Willie Davidson says he's delayed in Luton returning home from Larnaca. If I get back to Edinburgh by noon, I might have a chance to make the game. Good luck, mate, and safe journey home. Right, guys, we are done. We've done over half an hour now. So all that's left to say at this juncture, as we always do, is the very best of luck to the lads today. You know, the last game against Motherwell at Fair Park, there was improvements, even though we were going through that dreadful spell. And I felt at the end of the day we were unlucky to lose that game. But we have to learn from the game at Pittodrie, where we didn't take our chances and we got caught with a sucker punch. Today, I hope that we continue just to see the improvements, which are quite obvious over the past few games. But for God's sake, if there's an opening, if there is a chance to have a pop at goal, for God's sake, just have a goal. Test the goalkeeper. That's all we ask. Just test the goalkeeper. And today, lay a glove on them. Just lay a glove on them. Guys, we'll be back tomorrow for the review show with Andrew Budge. Enjoy your Sunday. Good luck to the lads, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Stand free. It's Butteries.